If you are writing exams in January 2026, then I have an important message for you. I want to frame this message as Regret Minimization Framework. I recently happened to hear an interview of Jeff Bezos on YouTube. It was an interview of him talking about how he was when he wanted to start Amazon. He was working in investment banking in some finance related job. He was very well settled and he was earning very well, but something was not quite fine with the job that he was doing because he wanted to do something else pretty big. So he wanted to sell books through online. Today it is pretty normal, it is so casual to say I want to sell books online, but 30 years ago it was not. When he wanted to quit his day job and wanted to start this website called Amazon.com, he had this exact line of thinking. I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried this. I knew that if I failed, I would not regret that. The fact that he quit his job and started Amazon, and if he ended up failing in that, he's saying that he was not going to regret it. But the most important point about this statement of his is that, but I knew the one thing I might not regret is not ever having tried. So he's coming up with a mental model called Regret Minimization Framework, which is like visualize on the last day of your life. Let's say you are on your deathbed. What will be the number one thing that you are going to regret? Having tried something that you always wanted to do, or because you are afraid and you ended up not trying it. Now, I just came across this, and it's okay that he is talking about very entrepreneurial ambitions, going for certain things. That is all great. But then I just thought, how can I make it apply for CA students? Because CA students have close relationship with regret. We end up wasting a lot of time when we have 80-90 days to the exam. We remain casual, we don't have that fire, we don't have that panic. But as the days come closer and closer and closer, as the exam draws nearer, especially 10 days to the exam, 1 week to the exam, we end up becoming more and more panic because of all the bad choices we did leading up to the last 80-90 days. Now, I just want to share this mental model for you. A question that you have to ask yourself. Take a piece of paper and pen and write this down. On the 5th of January 2026, exam starts at January 6th for CA Inter. So on the 5th of January 2026, let's say 1 day before the exam, what would be the thing or things that I would regret the most? If you have some past experiences about this, let's say this is not your first attempt, if you have some past experiences, recollect from that. What were the things that made you feel extremely regretful a day before the exam? Now, if you are writing for the first time, then do it like a future thing. Visualize yourself sitting in the future. Let's say tomorrow is January 6th and today is January 5th. What will you be regretting the most? So if this is too tough to answer, if this is too tough for you to answer, then I have framed the same question in a different way. Let us see that. 1 day before the exam, what are the current things that I'm doing, the things that I'm doing currently that would make me feel with regret? So you know what are the things that you are doing currently, some good things, some bad things. Of the bad things that you are currently doing, what are the biggest things, what are the pretty big things that will make you regretful the day before the exam? Take your time, seclude yourself, cut away from all the noise, just get into that introspective state and write the answer for this. So this is the primary exercise that I want you to do through this video. Moving on, the common regrets generally CA students have. These I have heard from many students, and I also personally have this experience. So let me share this. The first thing almost every student says is that excessive content consumption, content through any form, movies, news, gossip videos, politics, sports, anything other than CA, anything that ruins your mental balance, anything that makes your brain not so compatible to get back to studies, anything that makes your preparation harder. So that is excessive consumption. If you have been following this channel for pretty long, almost every video, multiple videos we have addressed about this content consumption. The second point is spending too much time with the wrong people. Again, one of the most viewed videos of my channel. So I have talked about how I went through my CA career having prioritized wrong people and how it put me back in my career, let's say by easily 3 years. Had I not prioritized the bad people, the wrong people, I would have probably cleared CA 2 to 3 years ahead of when I actually cleared CA. So that was the second point. So I'm just warming you up. Some prompts I'm giving you here. So in case you are making your list and you really don't know how to visualize, these are good starters. Now the last point, which is very, very important point, is students not wasting much of time through consumption or with the bad people. They still study, but they don't do that studies properly. They end up making greedy, haphazard preparation. Now, what do I mean by greedy, haphazard preparation? I want you to explain what is this with an example of compare and contrast. So here I have made this slide, how greedy, haphazard preparation looks and how, to the contrary, steady and composed preparation looks. Now, if you are doing greedy and haphazard preparation, your thought process will look very similar to this. You always keep saying, I need to cover 100% of the portions in 100% of the papers. In all papers, I want to cover the entire syllabus. You always keep hoping about that, or you keep it's one of your most repetitive thoughts in your mind. And subconsciously, you say that I want to cover 100% of the portions, but I don't care about the quality of the coverage. I want to read the entire book, but I don't worry about whether I get myself in a position to recollect those topics in the exam hall or not. Whether am I testing myself about this or not. You don't worry about the quality of it. You just want to make sure that you have studied the entire syllabus once or at least. So that is the first point. Here, if you are on the contrary, if you are doing steady and composed preparation, you will have a contented state. You will have a very satisfied state that you will have low expectations and you will say, I need to cover 70% of the portions to begin with. I'm not saying you will stop with 70% of the portions, but that will be your step one. You will want to focus only on the 70% of the portions to begin with, and that 70% I need to have a quality close to 100%. So within that 70%, you will make sure that you reach a near perfection quality within that 70%. So that's the first point. The second point is you always keep saying, if you are doing a greedy preparation, I don't have enough time. I need to study more new things. You always keep focusing about new things. So you always want to study new chapters. Oh, I don't have time. Let me study the next chapter. Let me study the next chapter. However, if you are doing a composed preparation, you will say, I don't have enough time. So I need to consolidate whatever I studied earlier, preferably 5 rounds of revision. This is exactly a student with a composed mindset, a student with a steady preparation will think like this. This is exactly their mind work. Now, the third point is when you are doing greedy preparation, you have larger expectations. You may have a natural ability to study and focus only for 5 to 6 hours. I'm not judging that 5 to 6 hours is wrong or anything, but let's say you have only that much amount of natural ability and your current conditioning is only that your brain and body helps with you and it cooperates with you only to the level of being able to study for 5 hours per day or 6 hours per day. But deep inside, you have larger expectations and you will set a target like you want to get rank or something like that. You will have such expectations, and because of that, you lack control. Your entire preparation journey will be out of control, and you will always be filled with, or most likely filled with, anxiety and panic. Now, if you are doing steady and composed preparation, you will have reasonable expectation. You always manage to keep things under control. Not necessarily that things will be controlled all the time, but almost always you will manage to keep things under control, and your journey will be filled with assurance and contentment. The most important word here is contentment. You know that you are good enough if you study 70 percentage, but you make sure that 70 percentage is close to a quality of 100 percentage. So this is the primary distinction that I want you to go through. Now you look at yourself. What is a group of repetitive thoughts that comes in your mind very frequently? Is it more towards the greedy side, or is it more towards the steady side? You ask yourself. Now that we are talking about steady and composed preparation, I have another important tool for you. You must have already seen about that in my community post if you are following my channel frequently. But let's say you have not seen those posts. I particularly have a tool for you. The thing is, I have recently opened a YouTube channel which is called Daily Memory Lab. I want the students to do steady and composed preparation. It is easy for me to sit with a PowerPoint slide and tell you how a steady composed preparation will look like, but it is totally an entire different thing when I actually want to display how steady and composed preparation will look like. So I have opened this channel and I want students to know how spaced repetition system applied in real life will look like. So I'm documenting the entire process. I'm putting myself as a student. So as a test case, I have taken CA Inter syllabus GST paper. So I'm studying like a student. It's been very long time since I studied GST. I'm almost on ground zero right now. I just have some base knowledge. With that base knowledge, I'm doing daily preparation like you. So I have this control sheet with me. This sheet is like the control guiding sheet for me. Every day I update in this. Before the beginning of every study session, after the end of study session, I have a look at this. So every topic, every page, I will be reading 5 rounds minimum. So if you can see, I started with e-waybill chapter and I finished e-waybill chapter a couple of rounds, and now I had gone to supply under GST chapter. Every day I will be studying like 5 to 6 new pages, but because I'm also doing internal revisions like round 2, round 3 of old portions, it will keep coming due in every 3, 4, every 5 days. Because of that, new pages I will be able to study only 5 to 6 per day, but the quality of whatever that I'm studying will be top notch. So in case you are doing CA Inter and if you have to write CA first group in January and you have to write GST paper, definitely take help from this. So this is exactly what I wanted to share, and the link I have given in the description, you can click that and hop onto this channel and you can join with me every day in the study session. Right now, before we close this video, I just have a last couple of questions. In the next 80-90 days, before you do anything, ask this: will this action put me in regret 90 days from now? Don't think that whether you will regret about this immediately now or not. If you say like that, most of the actions might not make you feel regretful. Let's say you scrolled 20 minutes of Instagram. At the present moment, 20 minutes of Instagram will not have a big psychological impact for you. It's not that you scrolled 20 minutes of Instagram and the 21st minute you will get a mark sheet of saying something with your name and the result comes as unsuccessful. You are not going to get immediate punishment. So think from 90 days perspective. Ask yourself, whatever I'm doing now, will it make me regretful 90 days later? The second other variation of the same question is, will this action make me feel guilty or make me feel confident on January 2026? So you can do a lot of actions. You open the book and you sit with it for 20 minutes. You have done a decent preparation. Yes, that action will make you feel confident on January 5th. Instead of opening the book, let's say you chit chat with the wrong people. Let's say you consume certain things that you're not supposed to consume. It will make you feel guilty on January 5th. So use this as a framework. I won't say it works 100% of the time, but even if these two questions save you from taking 5 to 6 bad decisions per day, it will definitely have a lasting impact 90 days from now. So on that note, I hope this video was helpful to you. Definitely check out the channel Daily Memory Lab. Every day I will be making videos. Your participation and your communication about that will be extremely encouraging for me. So I will see you on that channel, and anyway, videos here, they also will be regular. At least I try to make one video per week. So on that note, let me sign off for today. I wish you all the best in your preparation. Thank you and bye bye.